Booyah!
Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to do something a little bit different, but still mandatory. Today I want to talk about one of the most important aspects of being a medic, in my opinion. Of course, crit heals still exist, heal orders still exist, but still, in my opinion, this is very, very important. What I'm talking about, of course, if you saw it on the screen and you understand what it is and you read the title, is flashing. Now, flashing is, in my opinion, so important. The way flashing works is that when you Uber a person, some people don't even seem to know this, you can Uber more than one person, i.e. you can switch heal targets during an Uber, giving multiple people Uber. In a more advanced setting, you can actually flash them. You can give them, for about a second, you can give them Uber and give it back to your original heal target, giving them 2 seconds, because the flash refers to the additional 1 second you get if you change your heal target, because their Uber flashes on and off for an additional minute, still granting them invulnerability despite the flashing on and off. That's why it's called flashing. Anyway, this is extremely important to keep as many people alive as long as possible. If you want to fight in a team fight, which is the main use for this Uber, i.e. if a massive amount of players are coming in and you want to keep as many of them alive so they can kill as many of their team as possible, this is when flashing comes in handy. What you do is, you go in with your original heal target and you pop on them. Let them do what they want, but as soon as someone is beginning to get hurt, or even any sign of distress getting into a fight, you switch to them. And then you switch back, and then you switch to them, and then you switch to someone else who's into trouble, and then you switch back to the heavy, and so on, so forth. It's just a backward tether between each side. It's really not that hard to do. The difficulty of it, in fact, is knowing when to do it and when not to do it. The main use of it is when they don't have Uber, which is quite often in pubs, which gives you a huge advantage. Uber is best used when shared among many players. So if in a competitive scene or in a pub scene, either way, you want to maximize the use of your Uber, you have to flash to keep your scouts alive, to keep your roamer alive, and to make sure they can secure the kills they need so you can get as many kills as possible and really probably secure the win for the fight. The main use you shouldn't use this for, which is probably so important for many, is Uber fights, i.e. when the enemy team also has Uber and they pop as well. Because if you flash, this is the big drawback of flashing, you reduce the time. The original time of an Uber is 9 seconds, not including the 1 second of flashing additional that you get after the first 8 seconds of your Uber. However, if you add another person to the mix, or a third person to the mix, or a fourth person to the mix, you are systematically reducing your Uber time by about 1.5 seconds. So, leaving your Uber at about 6 to 7 seconds, depending on how rapid you are, how fast it is. The difference between 9 seconds and 6 seconds in a team fight is massive. With the Uber, your pocket, or whoever's pocketing you in a pub, or whatever you're doing, this one heal target can do so much more with those 9 seconds than everybody else can with 6. For that reason, if they flash and you don't, you almost automatically win the Uber fight, because they are forced to lose their invulnerability and you can kill them with your still existing invulnerability. This also happens for things that take a lot of time to take down, like enemy heavies, sentries. They're all very important to keep as long a time as possible if you want to keep a full Uber going. Now, saying that, flashing is still used in almost every other situation that isn't Uber fights. It's so important. And honestly, in a pub scene, because I understand that a lot of my viewers are pubbers and casuals and don't like competitive that much, honestly, I have to say, you should never not flash in a pub. Pubbing and flashing is so important because enemy medics rarely have Uber, and in fact, they rarely care enough to even flash. So if you flash all the time, keeping most of your team alive, even if they aren't that great at this game, you are seriously increasing the chance of winning the game. If you just Uber one person, it doesn't work that well unless you want to destroy a sentry or destroy a guy who's carrying the team or something like that. It doesn't work that well. So overall, flashing is amazing. It's probably one of the best things you can do as a medic with Uber, and it really does work well. It makes Uber even better than what it already is when it already is amazing. Anyway, if you're better than me, and despite what I said, if you play comp and you're probably better than I am, considering I play pretty low tier and you probably play pretty high tier, well then tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments if I missed anything, and tell the people who are newer to this game or want to get into competitive how to flash and how to improve at flashing more so, because flashing is very, very important, and it isn't a thing you have to learn when to use and when not to use. So, with that said, I'll see you again next time, and have a nice day.